Hello, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bubbles. The P today stands for perucas, which is Portuguese for wig.
Oh,
Isn't that fun?
you know they speak Portuguese in Brazil?
Yeah.
I just heard.
Which is what we're here to talk about.
Oh my god, we're back.
And Mama, it's the Snatch Game. Now,
what was your thoughts?
I didn't have any because I couldn't understand any.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
couldn't
damn
either.
thing
I
going
couldn't
through.
either.
Do you know anyone that could help us, know how to talk, or know about what they were talking about?
I want someone to help you with that sentence, first of all. And I don't know anyone that
I could do it better. I could do it
Oh,
better.
okay.
Do you know anyone who could help explain to us the references and jokes made in the Snatch Game?
Well, you made it longer, so I like that. Let's be honest. We can Google. We can Google as much, and we have. We have Googled this season.
Yeah.
But we decided instead of Google, why not just bring in a professional? So please welcome to IMHO.
DaCota Monteiro!
Oh, you didn't even try it. Okay, DaCota Monteiro. Hi!
Hi!
Do you want to
Oh my
say it
God.
correctly?
DaCota Monteiro. But
That's
if you
what we
want,
said.
I can butcher your name too and say Davilin Kachiraichi or something.
Yes!
Yes!
That's all I want.
DaCota Monteiro.
You did it.
Where are you calling from? You're in Brazil right now.
I am.
Like, this is
Yes.
all brand new.
I am from São Paulo, Brazil. I am directly from Brazil at this time. It's midnight in here.
I know. I'm so sorry about that. But you see, the thing is, I don't pay Alexis enough to be here. So she
Yeah.
has to work a day job,
Yeah.
unfortunately, for
Yeah.
her.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. You guys have it so hard in there. I heard. It's like
Thank you.
you guys
Yeah.
don't even have free healthcare, right?
No. And even when you work
Oh.
full time, you still don't have health care.
Yeah, but I married my health care.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Listen, if you don't have insurance, use your mouth. Can you sort of introduce yourself to the dumb Americans who are watching? Because I know from Twitter and your TikTok and Instagram that you're a big deal. So can you share with us, what do you do as a
What's
drag
your
queen?
favorite color?
And that.
I mean, my favorite color is orange. It looks great on me. I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, wait.
But I started drag in a small town called Ribeirão Preto. It means Black Riverside. And we didn't have a drag culture in my city. There was no drag. So I had to do on the internet. So I had a YouTube channel, and that grew a lot, and my Instagram also, and TikTok and Twitter.
Really did.
And because of that, I was invited to a reality show called Queen Stars Brazil, which is a singing reality show, and that helped me grow a lot also. And after that, in the next year, I got in another reality show called Corrida das Blogueiras, which means the bloggers race or the influencers race. It's kind of like RuPaul's Drag Race, but just influencers and girls and drag queens and faggots
James
and
Charles.
all the types of people.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
And next year, I am going to be the host of a reality show called Drag Me as a Queen La Maison with Leah Clark, which is a big drag queen singer in Brazil. So,
Oh my
you know.
God.
Wait, you're too famous to be here. Thank you so much
we,
for being here. We are not worthy.
We're going to have to pay her.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that sounds great. I'm so happy for your reality TV success. I mean,
Thank you.
Alexis was on a reality TV that was on YouTube once.
Yeah.
Camp Wanakiki. I know.
Yeah.
I love Camp Wanakiki. Love drag. I
Yes.
love all the drag competitions.
We got
and
one.
The bloggers race, the influencers race is actually on YouTube.
Oh, really?
from
Okay, we're gonna
YouTube
watch
as
that.
well. Yes.
Well, fuck Drag Race. Let's talk more about that. No, I'm just kidding.
No, actually, I want to hear your thoughts. It's the first season of Brazil. It's the first Brazil Snatch Game ever. What did you think?
Well, before we get to Snatch Game, I'm so sorry to interrupt. That was a beautiful question, Alexis. What the fuck was the mini challenge? Walk me through it. What the fuck was that?
Okay.
Sorry,
So
I want to
we were
say it respectfully.
surprised.
What the fuck
No,
was that?
you don't
please?
have to be respectful. It's
Great.
bullshit.
Great.
As in the Snatch Game, Brazil has a lot of memes. Lots and lots of memes. And there
Okay.
was this story of this woman, the grávida de Taubaté, or the pregnant woman of Taubaté, that she pretended she was pregnant with 8 children, and she walked around with that giant cartoon belly that was almost kind of like what they did. It was as big, as cartoonish, as false looking. And she was kind of trying to scam people into getting gifts for her children.
Octomom, but she was pretending because Octomom was real.
Yeah,
she was pretending, and it was so cartoony. It was so false. Everybody could see that it was false, but nobody had like the courage to like say something until one reporter, I think her name was Chris Flores, she was like, "That's not real, right? I mean, can you lift the dress? We wanna see the belly. Lift the dress. Lift the dress. Show the belly. It's a lie." So she was, you know.
That's incredible.
You know what? I'm on her side. I'm on her side.
Yeah,
I believe it's hard. It's hard being a woman in Brazil.
Oh, you mean you're on the side of the woman who faked her pregnancy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not the side I would have gone for, but, you know, pregnancy is gross. So why did they give birth to irons and stuff?
Yeah, appliances.
Okay, that's a great question because we also don't know. I was watching and I got the reference, the Grávida de Taubaté, but I didn't get like what they were supposed to do. What was the challenge? Was giving birth? Did they choose the objects? What did they do? We don't know. The only thing I know, that story happened and it became a meme in Brazil where if you want to say something is false, you say that stuff is from Taubaté. You know, so if someone is lying about being like, oh, she said she was a Miss something, oh, she's a Miss from Taubaté. Is that what she So I think maybe the objects were like fake babies, so they were like babies from Taubaté. So I don't know.
Yeah, and then you also have to cut the cord off of babies, so appliances have cords.
That's true.
Maybe that's part of it.
I will say,
you were so
Miranda,
smart, Alexis.
Don't say that. Disconnect it.
Okay.
Disconnect this
Thank you,
call.
DaCota.
I'm sorry.
Disconnect.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Whoa, that was scary. No, I love Miranda's line because she gave birth to an iron. And
Yes.
she said, oh God, when I breastfeed, I'm going to burn my nipples off. Listen, we've all been there, okay? We've all had burned nipples.
Wait. Now I say before we move on, DaCota, what appliance would you birth if you were pregnant with an appliance right now?
And why?
Oh my God. I believe that children are meant to be used for my success. I mean, if you're a good parent, you use them for something. So I think I would give birth to an air fryer.
Stoning.
Oh, an air fryer. Oh, that's fabulous.
I mean,
Modern.
an air fryer would be so successful. They would do so many things. And I would say, that was my air fryer. I birthed that. I'm so proud of it.
They would make so much food. And I love that.
Darby.
What?
Same question.
What?
If you were pregnant with an appliance right now and you birthed it, what would it be?
Ooh, I would be a bidet because I think it's really important to keep your hole clean. And after childbirth, your hole is famously poopy. Messy. So I'd like a bidet to clean it up. Listen, if you don't have a bidet, get your life together, okay? It is the fanciest fucking thing I've ever had. And every time I wipe my ass, I feel like a goddamn millionaire. So yeah, I'd have a bidet, bitch. Oh, sorry, Carmen Miranda's freaking out.
Is a bidet an appliance?
It plugs in.
The way she uses it, it's in her kitchen sink.
Yeah.
It's very
plugs
jarring.
in?
Mine does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, in Brazil, a bidet is like a separate like toilet on the side of the toilet. So it's like connected to the pipe.
Oh no, hers
this
is like an attachment
seat.
onto her seat.
It's its own toilet seat. And so
that's
it like
fancy.
yeah, when you walk in it lifts up and it has like colored lights and it's like, hey faggot, you wanna poop in there? And I usually say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexis, what appliance are you giving birth to?
Thank you so much. Probably like a soup ladle.
That's not an appliance. That's a tool.
I apply it to my soup.
Okay, let's move on. First of all, I want to thank you so much for volunteering to walk us through this Snatch Game. Because
oh my God.
As I was watching it, I DM'd you and I said, thank God we're doing this because I don't understand anything that's happening.
Did you understand what was happening?
I did, actually. We were kind of surprised because, Snatch Game in America, in the US, is usually like classic characters that people usually imitate. And we have those. We have those like old school celebrities that everybody impersonates. But mostly we got like meme queens. We got people that got famous on the internet. So that was kind of surprising. We were really happy with the Snatch Game, actually. So there were a lot of good things, some embarrassing things, but in the whole in Brazil, it was great. We loved it.
Yeah, I mean, the response, they all seemed so, like Alexis says, when we watch international seasons, even if you don't understand it, when other people laugh, you know it's good.
Yeah.
And everyone was laughing. They were laughing their fucking asses off. I mean, except when Naza said anything, and then no one laughed. But for the most part, people were laughing. Can we just go down the line, and you just fill us in?
So, like, be prepared, because Brazil is kind of crazy with the people that we make famous. So a lot of things will sound stupid and absurd, because it is. And that's the tea. Okay.
Well, here on IMHO, we never talk about
we're pretty intellectual. Like we do Webster's dictionary, and we do
math all the time. Have you ever multiplied on camera?
Did you actually see that the Pythagorean theorem predated Pythagoras himself? They found like a document.
Let's go to Snatch Game. When she starts making sense, it freaks me out. It's scary. Oh, hang on one second. Let me plug the iPad in.
Are you watching it like at a club with people, with friends, or are you just watching it at home?
Yes, there is a lot of watch parties. And actually, like, different from like other countries, Greg Queen, you know, she interacts a lot with the girls, and she is hosting a watch party. That is like so fun.
Oh, that's
like
so
the host,
beautiful.
Drag Queen is?
The host is, yes. She's doing a watch party and inviting the queens. I was invited once, you know. There's a lot of watch parties going on. It's been really successful. Greg is really down to earth. She got really big, really fast, and she never got like too big, you know. She never got like arrogant or like she's too good for us.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's been amazing before, during, and after Queens of the Universe.
We love
our favorite hosts.
Oh,
I couldn't.
Love her.
We love her, and I didn't watch her season of Queen of the Universe, but we've been obsessed with her.
I was going to, but you know, I had my kids that season, and so I had to make sure that they got lost. Queen of the Universe. What's so funny to me is they reached out. Did they reach out to you?
Okay, that's really why I didn't watch, because I had an audition and I did get it.
Oh,
you auditioned?
First season one, I sent in a tape.
You're such a good singer. Maybe it was a bad song. Do you want to sing right now?
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure. DaCota's a singer.
Yeah, but you're the one that's.
Oh, I went home in the third episode. I'm not a great singer.
It's good. She's not a good one. So go ahead.
Okay. No.
Okay, great. Let's go back to Snatch Game. Why don't we just go down the line? You let us know who, what, and where, and all in the question.
And if you laughed out loud.
Yeah, we want to know if you liked it, so we can know if we liked it.
I'm kind of annoying, so I don't like a lot of stuff. But I'll pretend it for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
What a kind lady. Let's start at the top row. So first up was
Helena Maldita as Narcisa Tamborindeg.
Oh, okay.
Now, did you hear how she said Elena? She didn't have an H on it. Did you hear that?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to her.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't know who she was or what she was saying, but I liked her physicality, and I liked that because she's so beautiful. She wasn't scared to be like ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Explain that character. The thing she was doing. Who is that?
Okay. Narcisa Tamborindeg is a very rich socialite, and she was kind of always there in the media. But she got really famous in a show called Mulheres Ricas, which is kind of, I don't know if it's an official Brazilian version of like The Housewives. Because it wasn't like focused on them being like housewives. It was focused on them being rich women.
I love that.
And she was always like kind of off. She has those mannerisms and just like a lot of teeth and blinking a lot and opening her eyes and just love it. Everything's amazing. I love it. So that's kind of her stuff.
That's cocaine. Go ahead.
I didn't want to say that, but there is this rumor that she had troubles with cocaine and she's kind of,
in the bathroom during the party.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, we got housewives everywhere. From a visual perspective, it was fun. Seeing her do these weird mannerisms and how everyone just kept going up for it, I was relieved because I love Elena. I love her.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to see her do well in this episode.
And she did really well. She really incorporated the character, actually. A lot of times when people want to do this like mean characters, they just say a lot of, just the catchphrases. She incorporated the character. It was amazing. And she was kind of quiet during the competition, so we didn't expect her to be like so good at Snatch Game, and she killed it.
Yeah.
Can I say my favorite video of Narcisa to you guys?
Oh God, what?
There's a video of her, like a very old video, where she's like on the top, I think, of Copacabana Palace, like a really rich building, and she says that she loves just throwing eggs at people at the top of of her apartment, and she does it speaking in French. She has her eggs in her hand, and she's just screaming, jetez les œufs sur la fenêtre, mon Dieu, and just throwing eggs from the balcony.
That's fantastic.
We have to. I need to know this woman.
Yeah, I need to see that video.
I want her to throw eggs on me, at me, inside of me.
Do you think Elena had some eggs packed, just ready to go in case?
In case things went south.
I mean, I would.
Okay.
I would just throw eggs at everybody.
Well, there's a couple people she could have thrown it on, and maybe it would have made them funny. But anyway, we'll get to them soon. Who's up next?
Up next, we have Shannon Scarlett as Inês Brasil. And we've seen her a lot.
Really?
Yes, because we had it in RuPaul's Drag Race Germany. Again,
oh, shit.
The same character.
True.
Inês Brasil, and also we had another reality show, a very old reality show in Brazil called Academia das Drags, or Drag Academy, and they were like surprise characters. Nobody knew who was going to do what, so in a turn of events, we had 4 Inês Brasil in the same impersonating challenge. So she is a big deal.
So I mean, I'm getting influencer, I'm getting kind of annoying, which I love. So tell us more.
She got famous because she had a viral video where she was like auditioning for Big Brother.
Oh.
Okay.
She was auditioning.
She went viral for auditioning?
Yes, because, I mean, she never entered because I don't think she's very mentally stable. But I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, I've been close to her. I don't think she's...
You don't have to try. It's just funny. Go ahead.
And it was funny because she was like, hello, do you know who I am? Hello, I know you do. It's Inês Brasil and stuff like that. And she was like, ooh, the shot of the panther, wow! And kind of just stuff. And she's like very sexual. And she like show her boobs and gets naked all the time. And at the same time, she's very religious. So she's like gets naked and like in the same phrase, she's like, thank you God. God is amazing. God is watching for every one of us. And I love the gays. I love the LGBT. I am an LGBT person. And God doesn't judge any one of us. And she's crazy, high energy, and very like whorish. So she is
I love her.
Amazing. And she really does have that kind of Sharpie eyebrow and crazy makeup.
I was gonna say it was very distinct. Like I felt like I immediately knew what she looked like in real life because I was like, no one draws those eyebrows by accident.
She does.
I could see.
She does.
In a moving vehicle, obviously.
Yes.
In the States, we have a term for those people. We call them PKs, or preacher's kids. And we both grew up in the South. And in the South, it was just known that the craziest people, the people who were going to go so insane in college or like on the weekends at parties, were always the preacher's kids. It's always the church kids you got to look out for.
Yeah.
And their parents. And the priests.
And yeah.
I mean, preacher and kid in the same phrase is never a good thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, what did you think of, I'm sorry, we call her Shannon because it's funny. What did you think of
I
Shannon?
That's so hilarious because it's like an American name. It's Shannon Scarlett, but in Portuguese accent, we call her Shannon Scarlett.
Which
Shannon
sounds better.
Scarlett.
I just love it because Shannon is such like an old lady American name.
Yes.
Or a teenager from the 90s.
Who is now an old lady.
Yeah. Well.
So how was her characterization? Did she do well?
I mean, her physicality was really good, but she really looked lost and what to say, you know? Like, Inês Brasil, like, it's, like, hard to do because she's not just crazy and, like, screams all the time. She also has this really long rants about God and also defending the children. So it lacks a little depth, you know? It just stayed in, like, ooh, I'm so crazy, and I say crazy stuff. So she could have done better with the character, but nobody
Yes,
in
she
the
did land
story
in the
of the
bottom
world
three,
has
right?
done Inês Brasil right. No one.
Really?
she-
Would you do her?
Nobody
No,
ever
she's
like.
not dumb. She's not gonna do that. It's the same people that, like, Beyonce never does well in a Snatch Game. Like, there are certain people that people try over and over, and it's just, they're such a specific character. Steer clear, babe.
Yeah.
Steer clear. All right, who's up? Who's next?
I
I'm
don't remember.
learning.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it Ruby?
Well, let's go ahead and go to Ruby, and then maybe we'll remember.
Okay, Ruby. Oh, Ruby was sad because she. Oh, baby, that was for us. It was really embarrassing because
Yes.
Marília Gabriela is a very famous reporter, and she is one of those famous people that has like an impersonation as big as she is. You know, like
Yeah.
there's a specific way that she talks, and she drags the phrases, and the way that her voice goes, and she just went nuts and just like we were like, what is happening? It was kind of, we cringed. I mean, I cringed. I don't know for other people, but
She seemed mad.
I cringed.
She seemed
watching.
really mad, and it seemed to stay in that one note the whole time.
Her hair had
Yeah.
those kinds of chunky highlights that I love and hate.
Yeah, I love those.
So I'm scared of them and fascinated by them. And
You don't want to come across them in the wild, though.
No.
Because the woman that has that, and it has her everyday look, she's going to return
She's a preacher's
something that
kid.
she opened. Yep. And then who the fuck was left on the top row?
Dallas DeVille.
Oh yes.
Now this was shocking to me.
Oh yes. What did you
I
what do you
need
think
to
about
know.
Dallas? What do you think
Oh.
about Dallas up to this, and what did you think of her Snatch Game?
I mean, up to this,
It's
I
okay.
don't want to
We've
make
said
enemies, but
it. We've said it. It's fine.
You can be honest.
I mean, she has not been delivering
Yeah.
at the challenges and or in the runway. So we were like, she's next to go. Of course, she was next to go.
I thought the same
But we were incredibly surprised. She did a really good job. She was impersonating Dilma, the ex-president of Brazil. And she is an interesting character because she has a really strong story because we had a military dictatorship in the 60s here in Brazil. I think US had an involvement in this. So kind
did
of
it.
fuck
Probably.
you.
Ally.
Yeah.
Ally.
Hey, and that's fair. That's valid.
As every dictatorship in Latin America, United States has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
things were
she
going
was-
really well for us in the 60s. It was a very calm place, so I'm glad we were able to help.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah.
She was tortured. She had like rats put in her body. That it's all kinds of like horrible torture. And she became the first woman president in Brazil. And she suffered a coup. People like invented a stupid reason to get her out of office, and they did.
Like her
And
emails?
It's just a sad
Her
story,
emails.
but.
Her emails.
Yes, kind of like that. She has a really weird way of speaking. She's kind of masculine in a way, and she just says like confusing texts. One thing she said that was exactly what she says. Like, it doesn't matter whoever wins or loses because everybody's going to lose or something like that. Like that confusing giant phrase. She said that. You know?
Oh, that was word for word.
Yes, word for word, exactly what she said.
Oh,
so
that's
the
fun.
impersonation was spot on. The catchphrases were spot on. I was shocked. She did really, really well.
Yeah, I didn't.
know?
I agree. I didn't know what to. I mean, I didn't really understand any of it, but I did understand that she was doing well, and like the kind of subtle, calm performance she was doing. I was really interested in watching her,
Yes.
which I'm sorry was the first for me with Dallas this
Well,
season.
I said it last week, and listen, I'm always right, and here's another reason I am. I really felt like last week with those sad little "it gets better" messages, I felt like even though the judges didn't like her in it, I felt like I really saw her actual personality come out in the middle of the challenge. I loved how she talked to the camera. I just thought it was the first time I saw an actual alive human in front of me. Like she just
She's
really
a robot. I
Yeah.
mean, it's hard for her to be a human being when she's a computer.
That's her whole brand. Yeah, but I saw so I was a little nervous about this just because we also thought she was going home, but I'm honestly I'm happy for her.
Yeah.
I love a comeback story. I mean, who knows how long it'll last, but I do love she got her moment. Good for her.
You know, there's something about this season that was really interesting. Like, there's a lot of people in this season that aren't like professional drag queens that work as a drag queen full time. So a lot of people were just Instagram queens or I'm not sure. I'm sure. Like, Naza told me last night, we were at the same party. She told me that her first performance ever was that lip sync. That was her first performance ever. Because she came from the same city as I came, Ribeirão Preto. We didn't have a place to perform. So there's a lot of inexperienced people in this season, and that like explains a lot of like confusing things that we as like more seasoned performers, we think like, why are you doing this? Why did you not put like a safety pin in your wig? Like, why is that thing falling?
Well, yeah. I am so impressed as someone who doesn't have performance experience. I'm impressed that she's doing anything at all, let alone doing pretty well.
That's so interesting.
While we're talking about Naza, why don't we go ahead and move to her sad little snatch?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, baby. Oh,
we did not get lift off.
I mean, because I know she's really young, and I know I'm 27, I'm not that old, but I've been doing drag for like...
Us too.
Yeah. I'm 26, she's 27.
I love being 27.
Yeah.
So like, I've been doing drag for like 10 years, and I've been in theater since I was 9 years old. So when I see Naza, I'm like...
Someone had to say it.
I am a proud faggot.
Oh!
So...
I don't understand your lifestyle, but I support your right to live it.
I'm actually not gay. I'm actually kind of bi, so... But...
Bitch!
Hell yeah!
You're learning so much. And Alexis, you are...
I'm in an interesting position right now.
We don't need to hear about your sex.
We don't need to...
But I am married. My sexuality is married, which means we have sex, when we can.
Thank you.
You know what really works for us? I'm sorry, this is too much information, but you're stuck here. Is when we're short on time. If we have a pizza being delivered and we know we only have like 10 minutes, suddenly we get horny.
That's you.
No,
because you want it to be done quick.
Yeah, kind of.
Wait, are you saying?
Well,
are you saying?
Yes, I am single. I mean, I'm like non-monogamous, so I'm always available if I'm dating or not.
That is exactly what I expected from you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so Naza was bad. I don't want to harp on it because I feel so bad for her because I love Naza.
I felt really bad for her because I could see like the palpable inexperience. I could see a child struggling. Marcia Sensitiva, she's like a psychic. Marcia the Psychic is her thing. She is fun. She gives advice, but she all of a sudden starts screaming at people. You know, one like very famous phrase of her is like, "You cannot keep one of the things you can't have. Stop being crazy." It's just screaming at people.
Did that turn anyone else on? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The thing about Marcia is that she screams a lot and she's really angry a lot of times, and she was like just being Naza with a terrible wig on and being I'm nervous. So
oh, bless her heart.
Bless her.
I mean, thank God she really redeemed herself later on in the episode. All right, who was sitting next to her? Was that Organza?
It was Organza.
It was Organza. Yes.
Okay, this is kind of hard. First of all, Organza is my personal friend. I love her very much. I'm rooting for her.
Well,
we love her.
Much.
We don't have to root for her. She's killing it. She doesn't need any help. She's so fucking good at drag. It's weird. Why is she so good?
I mean, is the sauce, you know? She's black, she's from favela, she's from ballroom scene. I don't know if people talk about that. She's from the ballroom scene, she's from theater, you know, she has a lot of artistic experience. We actually won the same competition. The TNT Drag, I won the first season. It's also another, like, a reality show on YouTube. I won the first season, she won the second season. So we have this kind of connection. She did Maria Bethânia, and Maria Bethânia is a very famous MPB singer. MPB means like popular Brazilian music that was kind of really big in the 60s. That involves like bossa nova and samba and Brazilian folk music. And that kind of song is very ethereal and very, let's all get together and talk about love. And very 60s, very hippie, you know? And she is very ethereal and such a beautiful presence and like beautiful voice. I really recommend you people from America to search Maria Bethânia. Her voice is amazing. She is amazing. She is such a presence. She has these little quirks of being really slow and reciting poetry out of nowhere and also screaming at the staff.
Oh yeah,
Love that.
That's
Listen,
fun.
I don't want my celebrities to be nice, okay? They get put through so much shit. I want them to be so mean. I mean, not to people who are helping them, but like to strangers, you know?
And it's amazing. Like she is so. I've been in one of her shows, and she was like very ethereal and singing, very beautiful, very beautiful. And all of a sudden, she was like, "Lights."
Oh, that's Patti LuPone energy.
Yeah, Patti LaBelle, honestly. Where are my
Yeah.
background singers? Now, how did Organza do?
I mean, it was middle of the road. So first of all, in Brazil, Organza is very polarizing. People are like really rooting for her all the way, or people hate her. People hate her a lot. Because she's black, also, there's this kind of layer, there's racism in the world. We know about that. So
I'm sorry.
It wasn't.
What's racism?
No.
What?
Continue.
We don't have that here. We fixed it.
No one thought she was like funny. A few people laughed, but she kind of nailed the character. You know, she was the character, but she wasn't funny.
Yeah, she was safe. That's good enough.
Yeah.
All right, and then next to her, was it Bettina?
I think it
or
was Bettina.
Okay.
I think Bettina was last. I think next to her was Miranda.
Miranda. Okay,
Miranda.
who was Miranda?
So Miranda did Paola Carosella, a kind of recent celebrity, I think. She is a judge on MasterChef.
Oh.
You guys have MasterChef, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh.
How random.
I mean, it's in English, so it's you probably created there. She is an Argentinian chef, and she is just really light and really, really beautiful, and she just has an accent. She's not like a funny character, but she kind of made a parody of her, and she's not a lesbian, by the way. Paola is not a lesbian, but she kind of parodied that because in Brazil, there is this kind of lesbian culture where lesbians are obsessed with Paola. They are obsessed with her, so she did like a nod to the lesbians that are never represented in RuPaul's Drag Race. So thank you, Miranda.
Lesbians are also obsessed with us, so like we get it. We absolutely get it, and we respect. Thank you, lesbians. Thank you for all your hard work.
I thought she did good.
She was funny. She was really funny. She is a great comedian. She just did not nail the character. You know, she has she has an accent. She has a Spanish, like Argentinian accent, and she just didn't have it. You know.
I was gonna say that. I noticed that. I noticed that the accent just wasn't right. And
Well, yeah.
Thank you for addressing that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you noticed.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all disappointed.
Thank you, LA.
The only time where the accent was kind of addressed were when she did like the faxina vagina sort of play on words. Faxina means like cleaning, you know, when you clean your house, and vagina is vagina. So she was like, oh, she needs a faxina, she needs a cleaning, it means she wants a vagina. That's kind of the joke.
Oh, fun.
It is so
Wordplay.
important that we clean our vaginas.
Wordplay. I've been thinking about getting more into wordplay.
You do too much with words. If anything, I would suggest less words for you. And then finally, rounding out this amazing Snatch Game that we completely understood, Bettina. Who is Bettina?
Bettina Blvd was Regina Roca. I mean, how to translate that? I don't know what
She's a
Roca
smoker.
means. I mean, raspy voice.
She's a smoker.
Raspy voice.
Oh.
Yes, she was a smoker. She's like an old lady that does videos for Instagram.
And she does have like a really smoker's voice, like really hard.
And her smoker's voice is actually stronger than what Bettina did. You can hear you just hear
Texture. Like no voice, just texture. And she's talking.
She's kind of Harvey Weinstein. She's kind of...
Bitch,
Weinstein?
Firestein.
Harvey
Firestein.
Firestein.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Firestein. Bitch, I've made that mistake.
Wrong Harvey.
I've made that
Wrong
mistake.
Harvey.
I mean, not to his face, but certainly while talking about it.
And she does like videos giving advice to people. Like,
The word of the day is something, something, something. Cause something.
and she just...
That is fun.
And she just does Instagram videos. So that was kind of a crazy choice because she got famous like during the pandemic. Like during the pandemic, she kind of got famous and she decided to do her because she already has a husky voice.
Bettina's voice is already so soft that it was kind of fun to see her explore that voice. To me, it sounds like when she talks in her normal voice, it's a struggle. So then to have her put on another voice, I was like, bitch, your vocal cords are gonna fall out. Be careful. But apparently she did safe.
please
She
do.
did a safe job.
I was personally surprised because I didn't know, like, I don't think this character has a lot to do with, but she kind of did well, you know? It wasn't embarrassing as other people.
As Naza,
So she
just
did
say
well.
it. Just say it. As Naza. And we
I
get
mean,
it.
Naza and Hubi, there's more people.
I know, but the Naza one is really fun since you just saw her, so there's like a personal connection to it, you know?
And she's actually really nice. She's really fun. I just recorded like my review a few days ago, and I kind of felt bad because she's so nice, and I just like shit on her.
I
just shit on her.
deeply love her. She is.
Yeah.
She was a quick first favorite. She's great. I mean, except at Snatch Game, she sucks. So let's do the runway. The runway was Carmen's daughters talking about Carmen Miranda. While I was looking for a pin, I was already in drag. I was looking for a pin for my notebook. I forgot I had this Carmen Miranda ornament. I just found it.
It's so pretty.
That's, you know what that is? That's Carmen looking down, saying,
Yeah.
go ahead, you faggot. And I'm gonna do it. And I did do it. Now,
That is Carmen's angel. As your dad has told you, there was always a Carmen Miranda angel looking out for you.
there you go. Thank you. Actually, my dad said, shut up, faggot. My horrible dad is the person who introduced me to Carmen Miranda. I have seen
Oh my God.
every movie she's ever been in. She was a big part of my childhood. Isn't that random?
Yeah.
Of all things, Carmen Miranda. Let's get the history of Carmen Miranda. You know a little bit more about her than I just know her movies.
There's like a different relationship when it's from like the perspective from Brazil. Because Carmen Miranda, there's this dispute if she is Brazilian or not. Because she was born in Portugal and came to Brazil. And she was raised here. So a few people say she's not Brazilian at all because she's just a white woman representing Brazil or something. But other people are like, she was born here, she was raised here, she was surrounded by the culture, and I love Carmen Miranda. I personally love her. And I learned a lot about Carmen Miranda studying a little bit of fashion. Her fashion was so like inventive, and there's a lot of her own spin put into it, but there also a lot of black Brazilian culture in there, you know? So there's the Criollo jewels, the turban, all of the Baiana thing. The Baiana figure in Brazil is a very permanent like signature of black northeastern culture. So there's a little bit of polemic, but I personally think that she changed the look so much and made it her own that it's not cultural appropriation, you know? And while she was famous in America, there was a lot of like this talk of she being a sellout and she like turning to a product and not really representing Brazil. But Carmen Miranda to me is a personal icon. Love her, love her, love her.
Well, if she did take a lot of inspiration or her looks from black women and then didn't give them credit, she does sound like a white woman. And
Yep.
we as white women know. Okay? Can we talk about Drag Queen's look first?
Oh yeah, drag queen. Let me get it.
Oh my god, yes! Do you guys know about that? The reference?
No, not at all.
Oh, I loved it. Tell me.
It looked so cute. I was like, okay, farm and forest.
This is a reference to like a Brazilian, kind of Brazilian, Russian Brazilian icon named El Que Maravilha. She was like a Russian supermodel at the beginning, and she started to get in TV and becoming a public personality. But as time went on, she just got this like amazing personal style, and she really wore like this is a cis woman that wore horns and a lot of like wooden jewels and gigantic white crimped hair and that kind of red makeup all over her face. And she is considered, just like Carmen Miranda, a kind of representation of Brazilian cis woman drag. So the women who do drag in Brazil was really happy to have this side of drag being represented, you know?
I mean, it's really impressive.
It's so
all of her
cool.
looks this season have been impressive. I love the way it was stoned. I love the colors, Duke, the colors. I just thought she looked so good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Let's move on to our Carmen ladies. Who's up first?
First up is Naja.
Now, she did apples in a beehive.
Yeah, what did you think about this?
Well, personally, I think the dress was very Carmen Miranda, the silhouette of the dress, a lot of ruffles. But I personally believe that a beehive with fruits is not a turban. It's not the Carmen Miranda silhouette. And there's a lot of discussion if the theme was Carmen Miranda or the theme was headpieces. And to me, the theme was Carmen Miranda. They said Carmen Miranda, and the lack of the headpiece, it doesn't give Carmen Miranda.
I actually did write that down though, because when the judges were talking before the runway, they were like, "We're gonna see the headpieces of Carmen Miranda." So maybe you've got a point there, and that was a thing.
Well, I have a kind of insider tell, because I talked to a lot of the girls from the season. So they were told to do a Carmen Miranda inspired look and also to do a like gravity defying type of headpiece. You know, that was both things.
Wow. Okay, we're the new girl group. Well, knowing that now, Naza didn't quite hit it on the head. However, I love the idea that she saw Carmen Miranda's headpiece, and I love when anyone turns hair into a thing. And so she used her hair to turn that into like a turban. I know it wasn't exactly a turban, but yeah. I really loved how inventive it was. And again, she's so young. This queen is so young, and I love her point of view. It's so strong. It may not have been exactly what they were looking for this, but God damn it, she looked great. But I get that it doesn't match the assignment. Oh, whatever.
Next is Organza.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Basket. I loved it.
She blew me away.
I loved it. What'd you think?
I mean, I have a bias. I love her. I love her, love her, love her. So to me, she didn't just do like a basket on her head. She did like a giant turban. And on the top of the turban, there was a giant basket with a bunch of fruits. So to me, it was amazing. And I love like the fade from light blue to dark blue.
The gradient.
And the Yes, the gradient. And the sequin stockings with a blue shoe. I just love that. Like a sequin stocking, to me, amazing.
My favorite thing about her presenting this on the runway was when she got to the end of the runway, instead of pretending that she was having to balance it, she went...
Yeah.
I was like,
she fully said, "This is secure, bitch, and it's not falling off." She really blew me away with that one.
I already said blew me away and you didn't respond.
Oh, you have to do it funnier.
The attitude that like, look at me, bitches. I fucking love that. That's so fun.
Miranda Lebrun. How do I say it? Lebrun.
It's okay. So... This was definitely more exact Carmen Miranda with an exaggerated tall headpiece. I really enjoyed it. What did you think?
I loved it. And she brought like, I don't know if you guys have that, you know, like those places that sell really cheap stuff. And drag
Dollar
queens,
Tree.
I mean, we go over there to buy like cheap jewelry, you know, like clocks for $5. That was what she was representing. And I personally, if that was the theme she was going for, I thought it could be more than just two elements. There was like fruits and boyas. I don't know how to say that in English.
Oh yeah, like pool floaties.
Floaties.
Did you get that from hearing her? Because it sounded like buoyant. Did you get that?
Well, I saw the picture, but buoyant made me
thought,
realize.
I was like, bitch, that was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Then yes.
In Portuguese, it's called boia.
Boia.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good enough.
Next was Dallas DeVille, and she was what, biblically accurate angel head.
I'm interested to hear your take on this.
Yeah, Angel DeVille.
I mean, this had a lot of discussion on Twitter.
Good, as it should.
This was not Carmen Miranda at all. At all. And people are trying to defend it, saying maybe it was headpieces. Well, if it's her interpretation, it means it's not wrong. We are all Carmen Miranda if we believe we are. Like, fuck that. And
my pronouns are Carmen and
people
Miranda.
People are mad actually at Organza for saying it wasn't Carmen Miranda. That's what like drives me crazy. Organza said it was not Carmen Miranda. Elena said that fucking shit in your head. You look like a fucking Pokemon's daughter. And people are attacking them more Organza because they said it was unnecessary. You didn't have to say that. Whatever. But it's not Carmen Miranda at all.
Right.
And which Carmen Miranda is that? That Carmen Miranda is my father. Who has always
Right.
And I was an angel.
Yeah.
Right.
And I thought her dad died, and he didn't.
What? Her dad's not a biblical
I thought
angel?
when she said like there is an angel in the sky looking out for you, I thought she was talking about her dad. that was dead, but he did not die. He's alive.
I bet
so
he
I
has
don't know
a bunch
which
of
angel is
cameras
that.
in her house, and so he looks down on her like an angel.
Although maybe she was just doing Carmen Miranda like after she died.
That's pretty funny. Okay, that you have a point. You have
pretty
a point.
funny. As a Brazilian person, I approve this joke. Thank you, Alexa.
We're gonna cut that out, and we're gonna put that after everything we say. No, it was a bummer. It kind of brought Dallas back down to where she's been. Like after the Snatch Game and seeing how well she did, I was like, "Ooh, Dallas has a future here." And then I saw her Runway, and I was like, "Nope." This is the same problem we've had all season. She has not had a look as good as her entrance look. It's like she had one really interesting look, and ever since then, it's just been okay.
Those panties, yeah.
And then you have Carmen Miranda. You have a chance to really go over the top with an iconic person, and you chose Biblical Angel for your alive father?
When you put it like that, yeah, she sounds pretty stupid.
She put it like that. She did it. Anyway, she's young too. She'll grow and change, and we love her, blah, blah. Who's next?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when I met her, she told me that she was like a bedroom queen, and she didn't have a lace front wig before RuPaul's Drag Race, I believe. Well, I don't know if you guys know this. They had a financial help to do the looks. Did you know that?
No.
Oh, that's fabulous.
What do you mean? How much?
It was 13,000 reais. I don't know how much that translates into dollars.
She knows.
Oh, let me just crunch some numbers.
Go ahead in your head. Remember the conversion rate and the taxes.
No, of course.
Stuff. Yeah.
Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
13,000 reais is
Don't try.
is
Okay.
it's 13,000. It's around 42 American. No, Bettina Polaroid. Now,
this was gorgeous.
I know, I loved
this. Was gorgeous.
This was a way of staying true to who you are and the things that you like, but fitting it in with the Carmen Miranda headpiece of it all. I thought it was so clever.
It's not hard.
I thought it looked so great.
I mean, it's an interesting piece of her personality that she is a photographer, and she brought that so well to the look. I'm bougie. I love stones. I love shiny things.
Us too.
I love that.
Yeah.
And
my stones are all on the lower half of my gown.
Yeah, so you can't see them.
It's fully encrusted. I just like to keep it simple up here.
We all have rhinestone dresses inside of us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And we're also all Carmen Miranda if we believe it. Take that with you. I love literal interpretation sometimes, but I'm more impressed by people who are able to
put their
own spin on it. And she did more than her own spin. She took what I find to be such an oddly specific brand. It's just camera. And then she made Carmen Miranda into a gay-ass photographer.
Yeah.
I thought this was brilliant. I was so impressed.
What did we think of Ruby Ocean and her hand-painted frock? I feel like this was a good sister outfit to one of her first runway, right? She painted like the city.
No, baby, that was organza. But it's the same idea.
Oh.
So something funny happened last week. She was exposed for stealing a few designs.
Oh no.
And she bragged about being a designer and a stylist and everything. So it was kind of funny that after that happened, in the next episode, she's wearing a coat really similar to organza. Oh. So we were like, oh, you were quick. You steal stuff really quick.
Oh God.
Oh, that's why I thought it was her. Oh, that's so funny.
Okay, so stealing allegations aside, I will say that I agreed so much with the judges that I really do appreciate her painting. I love seeing that. But we are on episode, 6? And this is the third painted outfit. I understood the judges being like, we get it. Can we see something else?
I mean, the paintings were different. They didn't look the same. I think the problem that this wasn't really successful. I think the painting, she was doing graffiti in the dress, but it didn't really look like graffiti. It looked like a few things
they look like stickers. They look like stickers.
Yes, they look like stickers. So it wasn't really successful. And the falling of the headpiece is very really.
Yeah, that was kind of a fate sealer.
Being on the main stage of the runway and then something goes wrong with your outfit, let's be honest, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. But when you're on the runway of Drag Race and your little headpiece falls off, they cut to the guest judge.
Thank you for the little headpiece.
Let's be honest.
Your little headpiece.
Let's be honest. It was small. They cut to the guest judge. She looks like Ruby had just had a heart attack and was dying in front of her. She was like, what the fuck? And Ruby did what she had to do. She picked it up, she put it in her arm, and she just kept walking. Like, good for her. You like that?
One of my first ever public performances, I decided to wear a bodysuit that snapped underneath. I was just wearing tights and a black bodysuit.
All been there.
It was my first performance. It was to a song no one knew, including me, and
not good.
It just snapped, and my whole...
Your whole hole was out.
Vagina, yeah.
Vagina.
Vagina, what did they say in Snatch Game?
Fascina.
Fascina was out.
Vagina.
Fascina. Did you ever have a snafu like that, DaCota?
Has your vagina ever popped out?
Oh my god. Oh, well, not... Well, yes. I mean, in the beginning of my drag career, I didn't have money to have, like, exuberant clothing, so I tried to be a little rock and roll.
There you
and
go.
I used to take, like, t-shirts, like band t-shirts, and turn them into, like, bodysuits. They're not the size of a whole body, so they were really tiny.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what happened was there was, like, a bulge just out of the shirt.
Bubblegum, hanging brain.
And I lost so many wigs. I have lost so many wigs in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
In the beginning drag is learning how your body works in different settings.
Yeah.
I feel like you have a basic understanding of your body and clothes, and then you start doing drag, and you're like, wait, what the fuck is this? Why does it fit me like this?
Elena Maldita.
Elena.
Maldita.
Yeah, the only things that are D's are G sometimes.
Maldita. Maldita.
Yes.
Okay, you've been saying
great.
that. You've been saying that.
Thank you for recognizing that.
Well, you changed it when I told you got the first name wrong, and then I think you just really doubted yourself. But I do want to go on record and say that you did get it wrong.
I personally love it. I love that. I mean, that is something we are really proud of. Our free universal healthcare is a reference in the entire world.
Same.
You know?
Yeah.
We love it. We love ours.
We can have like HIV treatment for free, gender affirming care for free. If you just hurt yourself, you can get an ambulance in your house for free. You know, it just shows up in your house. It takes you to the hospital, and you get everything done absolutely for free. You know, so
I would take an Uber
the fact that we are
before
able.
I take an ambulance.
yeah, I would be like,
Yes.
do not
I would not call an ambulance.
DNR.
Ever. Do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
I can't afford it.
People who are HIV positive can have this kind of treatment for free in Brazil. Means that anybody can have like a healthy life, you know, and we can have PrEP for free. So if you have like sex with someone unprotected, you can just go somewhere and be like, I had unprotected sex, I don't feel safe. Can I take PEP? And they're like, okay, take the PEP. Go ahead.
I used to be
A slut.
an active sex addict is what I was going to say, but sure, slut. And I have actually taken PEP a few times. I was very fortunate that I had insurance because, you know, it's not free here. PEP, for all intents and purposes, really kind of saved my life. Not necessarily like just stopped HIV. I mean, more of it's a peace of mind. It's a peace of mind to be able to do that. And when she told her story about the night after her 17th birthday and she was unsure and how that option really could have turned things around for her, could have changed things for her. I think that's such a kind thing for her to do, to be that vulnerable, to tell that story, to promote what can be a life-altering medication that thankfully for y'all is free, and for us is a lot.
Not.
It's a lot of money.
Not free.
Yeah, so capitalism, right?
I was really touched by her story.
And the outfit was gorgeous.
Yes.
I loved the
Yes.
earrings. I just 10 out of 10.
And I don't know if you guys caught that. The reveal, the
Yeah, what was
underskirt
that?
is made out of condoms. Those are Brazilian free
Oh,
condoms.
she did say
we
that.
got-
Yeah.
I saw
She said
latex.
latex?
Yeah, I saw latex,
Yes.
and I was like, I wonder if that's condoms. I mean, thanks to PrEP, I don't do condoms anymore. But no, you should. You should. There's
Oh,
other
her
things
headpiece
out
was
there.
the AIDS ribbon.
Yeah, she's so
Oh, I didn't
good.
realize.
She's so every look she brings. I want a photograph of it.
Yeah.
It is fashion.
This is Salvador drag. I mean, Brazil is really big. We have like...
I'm aware.
Brazil is a gigantic country.
Yeah.
It's like very different cultures all around. And Salvador in the northeast of the country.
Northeast, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the northeast of the country has such a rich, beautiful drag. You know, that I personally wish that was more represented in media. There was a lot of Rio de Janeiro queens, you know, a lot of Carioca queens. And we should have like more diversity in the cast. As you know, as a black people also, I don't know if you know that, but Brazil is like 56% of people in Brazil are black or mixed.
Oh,
so
I couldn't tell from the cast.
Yes, the cast is really white and skinny. So I mean,
thank you. Oh my
it lacked
god,
a little bit.
Thanks for saying that. She called me.
Well, I'm glad you feel represented.
Finally, I'm represented in the media.
What did we all think about Shannon Scarlett's look?
I loved it.
I loved it so much.
Yeah.
It was so touching. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you guys have this like kind of reference. Black women that wash clothing in the river, you know? So they would carry the clothing in their head. And this was so, to me as a black person, was like poetic. I got chills. It was so beautiful. The knot to Carmen Miranda was very light. You know, the silhouette of the top and the skirt.
Yeah.
And the details of have like the little things you put in the clothing in the waist. It was so beautiful. I was so proud of her.
Yeah, it was definitely less Carmen Miranda, but it was there. There were still touches of it.
Yeah.
What I love about her drag is seeing her use each look to celebrate black excellence in drag and black excellence in Brazilian drag.
I am so proud of her. Like she doesn't come off as an intellectual person. She's just really fun and like, I mean, what I mean is she doesn't sound like arrogant. Like, I'm such a studied person and I have so many references.
Oh, Serena
But
Chacha.
her drag is so yes. I read books. But her drag is so... Her drag is so intelligent. Like the way she does drag, the design of the clothing, the way she does drag is just so smart. And it's just so beautiful. I love her.
It's the clothing is so intelligent, but her performance is so stupid. Like she can wear that amazing outfit, but then she can also hold a dildo in a coffin. It works both ways. She's got it both ways. All right, was that it?
Well, that was it.
Well, let's go ahead and jump to our winner. Our winner of this episode, Elena
Maldita.
You did it. Congratulations, Elena. That was...
well deserved.
It was a beautiful episode. It was so...
she really was strong the entire time.
The entire episode.
Yes.
And I also love to, sorry to jump back, but when they were getting ready and she was telling her story, I love that she started her story by saying, I know that I've already talked about being HIV positive, and I don't want to like lean on that or anything. Like, I'm not just using it for anything. Like, I actually have a story to tell. I was like, bitch, okay, come on, producer. I love that. And then we get our bottom two. Unfortunately, our bottom two was a bit of a, well, I guess it wasn't a surprise to you because you understood the Snatch Game, but it was surprising to me, was Naza and Ruby.
Yeah.
Bummer. Tell us about the lip sync song.
I mean, the lip sync songs in Drag Race Brazil has kind of been a little bit of a polemic. It has all been just pop. And there is a lot of like drag culture that has MPB and samba and funny music and romantic music and country music, but there's just been like this poppy, like current modern songs, and this is kind of an old song, Shine It On Me, and Vanessa Camargo, and she's been doing pop for a long time, so I don't know. It's a song.
It's a song. Okay, thank you. And we had the same thought. We also thought it was a song, and I'm glad that you confirmed it was a song, so that's good. Hearing that this was Naza's first performance blew me the fuck away.
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly was... What?
I'm just remembering her shoes. And that was her first performance.
She didn't have heels. She only had the front.
That was so impressive and also so scary. I hope her ankles are okay.
Yeah, I was worried about her poor little ankles. Yes, it was a little scattered. She was a little everywhere. But every time she would take us to a new place, she'd flip doing it. Or like we'd look over there, oh, there's Naza, like in a split for some reason. Or there's Naza doing a cartwheel. She didn't slow down at all. And that was... I gotta admit, that was impressive to me. And then Ruby took a very different stance because she is a performance queen. She has her own style. Mm-hmm. And I could see that she was acting. Okay, she was acting. But next to someone who was just constantly throwing her body to the ground, I didn't care as much, unfortunately. What did you think?
Yeah, and I really appreciate like people who can really act a song. But I mean, when there's something to act, I mean, if you're talking about, I mean, I'm not trying to be shady, but the song is like the light is shining on me. And what can you act about? They're gonna do, oh my God, my eyes, the light are shining. Like there's not much to act. So she looked like she was doing like a really dramatic song, and she was like leaning down and just throwing her hands, and like there's nothing to act like.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, Naza was like scattered, but she matched the energy of the song. It's just a song to dance at a club, so just dance.
That's often how I feel when you tell stories and you get so into them, and I'm like, no one cares.
Right.
So just dance.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, we're gonna get demonetized. Stop. We say goodbye to Ruby Ocean.
Yeah.
I'm bummed, but I'm also now aware of stealing allegations, and I love drama. So...
I mean, she's taking it very well. I mean, recently she just like retweeted a photo of a fashion design something. She was like, what's that design in your bag? Where'd it go right there?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed her on the show. She's gorgeous. I love her perspective. I love that she just has other people's perspective as well. Who cares? I love it.
Yeah.
So, goodbye, Ruby. We hope you don't drown in the ocean. Goodbye. All right. Well, that's it. The end.
That was a great episode.
We cannot thank you enough.
Yes.
For Drag Race Mexico, we just skipped the Snatch Game. We just didn't talk about it because it didn't make any sense to us. So I was like, Drag Race Brazil, we're just going to sit here in silence and, I don't know, comment on how many times they laughed. I don't know.
It's like the other countries have been like watching Snatch Game and just having to research and gaining, other stuff. So it was really fun for us having a Snatch Game that we don't have to research about.
Yeah,
we were really fun. So I know how you guys feel, and so I'm just really glad to help because I've been watching your channel for like such a long time. I'm like a fan of Chicago drag like for a long time. So I'm really gagged to be here with you guys. I'm really glad you guys accept the collab. I'm really happy.
Thank you so much for saying that about our silly little show. And, even though we're no longer in Chicago, we will always be Chicago queens.
Yeah.
And we are so proud of all the Chicago drag on the internet, it's a fun time. If you like drama, follow every drag queen who lives in Chicago.
Yeah.
I promise you will see some shit in like a day and a half.
They're about to have their own award show, and I can't wait for that.
It is on Wednesday, and I am so excited because Thursday, Twitter is going to be so fucking nuts.
Oh my God.
People are going to be mad. I'm so excited.
Well, we are so excited that you came here. Thank you so much for explaining to us this episode. We love you so much.
What's the next project? You have 1,000 projects. What's the next one we should be looking out for?
I'm gonna record the reality show in November, and it's gonna air like next year. So next year we have La Maison, Drag Me as a Queen, which is a show where two drag queens, me and Leah Clarke, we help cis women to get into drag and getting to know them better and getting to talk about their trauma, kind of like art therapy stuff.
Oh, fun. We love trauma.
All right. Well, everyone go. Well, I would say subscribe to her YouTube channel, but only if you speak Portuguese. Otherwise, it's going to be very confusing. Go follow her on all social media. You're really beautiful, and I'm glad you're really far away.
Yeah, you're so
It's
pretty.
gross.
I just have to tell you, I just did a live on Instagram while I was doing my makeup. And I said, I'm going to do an international collab with people who talk about Drag Race. And a lot of people are like, is it IMHO? Is it IMHO? I love IMHO. So I think we share a lot of the same public in Brazil.
I gotta be honest with you, we were so nervous to cover Drag Race Brazil because we know the fandom is so tuned in to drag and we didn't want to offend in any way. So I gotta say, more than any other series, we have been Googling every fucking thing that happens because we want Brazil to know that we very much appreciate
we see how much they love drag, and we want to do that justice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We want to show them love. Unlike
and
Drag
I
Race.
thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, fuck them.
We're kidding. We're kidding. We love your Nutella or whatever you have down there. Well, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, that's the end of our episode. I guess we'll see you next week. She won't be back, but we will have Googled everything. So it'll be sort of like this. All right, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
How do I say bye in Portuguese?
Ciao.
Ciao!
You did it. Great job. Okay, we're gonna get demonetized. Stop.